Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to share, this is Karen Cochrane. I think it should be obvious. I'm just having a look at my frizz bomb, typical Irish hair of a Thursday morning. This is Karen Cochrane from Taarbiz, Condado and clientmarketingsolutions.com. We have to do the introductions well, just in case this is your first time to tip of the morning. Basically, to remind everyone, I made a promise that I would do from Monday to Friday, come what may. I would do a little Facebook Live video to help me get out of my comfort zone, to do something daily, to commit to something 100%, and to be hopefully an inspiration to others to do likewise in their lives and in their business. So here I am. Post Love Tour, World Love Tour workshop yesterday with the amazing sensei, Victoria Whitfield. I shared a very poignant and very emotional and very vulnerable, a lot of vulnerability, a lot of sharing from my part, Facebook Live yesterday in the morning. And the actual session, the actual workshop was full of mentions inevitably to the Manchester tragedy and how we as light workers, how we can act and move the energy and send love and prayers and healing prayers to the families of the victims and the victims who are still in hospital and lying between life and death, because that is a reality. And the conclusion at the end of the day, that what I brought out about love being the only way to break through, apart from the political actions, etc., and that's a completely other video, and it's nothing to do with me because I'm not a politician. How we, you and I, how we can affect, good morning Christy, how we can change our lives, how we can change the world one person at a time. And it's by embracing our experience, embracing our quality as light workers. And what I mean by that, what is a light worker? Well, I was driving down to the office, because I'm my business office right now, and I was driving down to the office this morning, and it was amazing how there were about 4 or 5 people who drove out in front of me who didn't look where they were going, and I'm not putting this down to the fact that it's 7:30 in the morning. I would say that those people are definitely not light workers. They're not being considerate, they're not thinking of other people, they're just self-centered, egocentrical people. And that, to my mind, is when you have the contrast. We always talk about the contrast in life. When you find something that makes you feel bad, that gets you into negative energy, then you know that that's something that is a contrast. It's the negative side. So flip the coin all over and say, right, well, the person that I think would be somebody well behaved is somebody who thinks of other people. And that, at the end of the day, is a very light definition of a light worker. However, what we cannot do, in my humble opinion, is just moan and groan and bitch and leave it there, because that is not a light worker. How can we convert that? Well, I believe that when we see something that is being done wrong, again, coming up the stairs of my building, somebody had let their dog do a poo-poo on the entrance of the stair, and my daughter's laughing at me. A poo-poo.
No, what not?
I don't know what I said. It's probably something very Northern Irish. What I'm getting at here, not to be distracted by my fun and my daughter, is that somebody's obviously allowed their dog to do this, and they're definitely not a light worker. Now, if I see that person, I don't know. I mean, I don't have a clue who the poop belongs to. But isn't this a wonderful subject for Facebook Live? But at the end of the day, if I saw the person allowing their dog to do that, as a light worker, as somebody who wants to do things correctly and knows how to do things correctly in a loving way, I will go up to that person, and I do this type of thing. I will go up to that person, I'll say, excuse me, do you mind picking that up? You know, there's other people in the street, it's not the correct thing to do, would you mind picking that up? And at the same time, I actually visualize, I see the person doing that, exactly that, picking it up the next time without somebody actually having to ask them. And that's the positive creation in my mind. It's small tiny things, small tiny steps that we as people can do to change the world. Hi Dillis, good morning. What I wanted to share with you, and I actually went on earlier to, I always misquote this quote, and in fact on Wikipedia it came up that Edmund Burke is actually not, they don't know 100% that he, but to my mind it's his most famous quote, and he's an amazing guy, or he was an amazing guy. And it's the quote that the Queen used after the September 11th bombing, or incident, or whatever we want to term it. And the quote goes, "All that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing." All that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing. Now, that might be something that we can turn, for example, to the people that know who the bombers and know who and the, you know, who they are and what they're doing, and they sit and do nothing, for example, and they do not prevent something like the Manchester bombing happening. We could do it, that's a very extreme, big example, but in our daily lives we can also apply this. And it means that if you see the dog, if the neighbour's dog is doing a poo and they don't pick the shite up, for God's sake, well, you go up and you say to that person in a loving way, in a kind, educated fashion, you say, "Good morning. Do you mind picking that up? Your dog has done this and it's not the nice thing," etc. Whatever takes your fancy. And it's just a small example of how on a daily basis we can change the world one person at a time. So I think that quote from Edmund Burke is something that has followed me for years, and it's something that it almost acts as my good conscience. I don't think you heard me there. It was one of my daily reminders coming up, my positivity reminders. I've got them on my alarm. So whatever I'm doing, it brings me back to positivity for a couple of seconds, and it gets me high vibing again. So back to Edmund Burke. All that's necessary for the triumph of evil is that you and I do fuck all. So we do not do fuck all. We basically have a personal responsibility every single day in every act that we see other people and ourselves doing, and we can improve on that. So that was the first thing. The second thing I wanted to share with you was I'm not actually sure how to term this, if it's a spirit rattle or it's I haven't gone mad, folks. There's a reason behind this. It's a fun thing. In the I'm not sure if I'm going to call it a spirit rattle or a positivity rattle or an energy rattle. Basically, the theory, this is something that comes from the shamans. It's part of the shamanic history, that they use sound, this type of thing, to actually either frighten away the bad spirits or the negativity. And I remind you that yesterday I had the amazing privilege of having Sensei Victoria Whitfield with us as part of her World Love Tour. And we shared with quite a few ladies in my home, on my little farm here in the Canarian Hills. We shared a beautiful day, sharing love, and she shared some things with us, and in the next couple of days I will actually share my takeaways. Now, this is one of the things, and I think it's such a fun thing. It's almost free. You can see what I've done is an old honey jar. I've literally put some garbanzos, some chickpeas, dried obviously, they've not been rehydrated or cooked, and it makes a sound. And basically what she did, she has done quite a few of her videos. She actually uses this, and I asked her when she came over, I said, "What is this? What are you doing? Have you gone stark raving bloody mad? What are you doing, girl?" And she explained the reason behind it, that it is the spirit or the energy shaker. So for fun, I made one for her yesterday, or for myself, and basically it's very, very easy, as you can see. Just it's another way of recycling. And I mean, I'm a great believer that it's free, it's cheap, it's fun, it's easy to use, and if it works, great. If it makes me feel better, and it does, you know, if you can actually feel when you go around your body and you shake it around a bit, you can actually feel a sensation. I would invite you to actually try it one of these things. I'll let you know. It's a bit of fun. I'll let you know as the days go on if and how it's working for me. I think you've got to be open-minded with all of these things, so why not do a bit of a shake? Shake your rattle. So get your spirit rattle going, guys. So that was something that I took away from the love tour, the workshop with Victoria yesterday. Amazing stuff. All I can say is that this girl is such an open heart, such an open spirit, such a free spirit, so anointed, if that's the right word, if you allow me to say that. I would invite you to have a look at her work. She is absolutely amazing, and she's doing this world tour free. She does not charge for coming and doing a workshop. She was told by her spirit guides to do this as part of sharing the love, because she believes, and I do firmly believe in this, the energy in the room when like-minded people get together, when we get together and we share, we create a sacred space where we can lovingly talk about our problems and our solutions with people that really get us, that really understand us. That is beautiful. It's what she termed creating a tribe. And what came from that, one of the enormously beautiful things, is that we will continue to meet up in a group, and hopefully that group will grow here in the beautiful island of Tenerife, of people that care for people. And we're going to meet up. I'll put my home, other people will put theirs, and we're going to meet up to share and do things like, one of the ladies is an amazing Reiki master. Another lady is an incredible psychic tarot reader. Another lady is a mindful meditation expert. So we're all going to get together and we're going to spread love, and that's what it's all about, helping each other, help others, and get that ripple effect out there. I don't think, for example, Christy and Dillis, you both get me on this. I believe I know Dillis, we've met on several occasions and we've connected on a very deep level. So I don't, and I've seen Christy's post as well. You are both light workers. You're both people that care, that you've got businesses, but the business is not, the money making in the business is not the key issue. That's part of it, because it indicates how far our ripple effect has reached, how our goodies, how our brownies are getting out there and being shared, and how we are actually helping people. But the end of the day, we've got to feel supported, because we are different. It's not everyone not everyone is a light worker, and not everyone gets the way we are, the way we wired. So I really do feel so strongly that wherever you are, have a love tour day. You don't need, it would be beautiful to have Sensei Victoria Whitfield come to your area and do one of these workshops, but you don't need, she's an example to follow. So I would say, get your folks together, even if it's 2 or 3 hours, get a Barbie together, get, some herb tea, just sit and chill and talk about how, for example, love and energy has changed your lives, and then start masterminding together. Create a sacred space, create that group, that tribe, because it's vitally important. So guys, to recap, I've got a rattle, a spirit rattle. I've told you how this works, and I've invited you all to make a spirit rattle with an old jar and some garbanzos, and go around your body. It also seemingly can work for decharging, for example, if you've got negative energy in your home, or if you've got negative energy in your workplace. I don't suggest that you go up to you make big boss with a rattle and go around his head, but it might be a good fun thing to do. It probably would work for him or her. I also shared today what I consider a light worker to be, and that we as light workers have a personal responsibility, okay, to do what's right and actually talk to people who are not doing right. We cannot sit back. And as Edmund Burke supposedly said, all that is necessary for the triumph of evil, whatever level of evil we're talking about or bad, is that good men or women like you and I do absolutely nothing. So today I'd invite you to A, make yourself a spirit rattle. Let's have a bit of fun with this. And 2, speak out. Embrace what is a light worker and do what's right. So God bless you all. Have a great day, and at the tip of the morning to you. Have a great day, guys, and we'll speak tomorrow. Bye.